almost feels like it's betrayal to her, to us, to everybody who cared for her, because
the parents of Kaylin Gillis are speaking out in an on-camera, one-on-one interview for the very first time. They are sharing how they feel about the A&E network entertaining the idea of speaking to the man who killed their daughter. That news reported here first on 13 by Mark Mulholland last week. Kaylin and a group of friends got lost April 15th, 2023, and turned around in a driveway in Washington County. That's when the homeowner, Kevin Monahan, fired 2 shots at the group, and one of those bullets killed Kaylin. In this exclusive interview, I talked with Kaylin's mom and dad about the thought of the man convicted of murder getting the chance to share his story on national TV.
How you doing?
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for
Hi there.
Andy and Angel Gillis invited us to their home in Florida, where they moved after their oldest daughter's tragic death last year. We talk about Kaylin, what she was like as a child, the strong, determined, loving young woman she turned out to be, and that tragic night last April when she was killed, and the man convicted of killing her now possibly getting to proclaim his innocence on national TV.
I was infuriated. I just disgusted that a network would do something like that.
NewsChannel 13 was first to report that the A&E network is interested in speaking with convicted murderer Kevin Monahan as part of its series Accused, Guilty, or Innocent.
I don't think it's right at all. I think it's disheartening, and it almost feels like it's betrayal to her, to us, to everybody who cared for her, because he was found guilty by a jury, and there's no question about it.
Regardless of what he says.
Regardless of what he says.
He's a convicted murderer.
Yes. And to give him another opportunity to spin another story, to us, is just like, it's just sickening.
It also just puts you all through
everything all over again.
It just opens the wound again.
Yeah.
It's still quite fresh, you know. It just happened just over a year ago.
It's not something that happened 10, 15 years ago. This is something that just happened, and it's something we live with every day. And it's hard for us to know that she's never coming home. And to have this already being brought out there is just, it's not right.
All this makes the Gillises question humanity. Thankfully, they have had and continue to have the support of thousands of people all over the country and the world.
To see that kind of activity, all, rallying around your family, what does that do for you?
It gives me hope.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It shows that there are good people out there. There are loving people out there, supporting people. Just to see how much love and support that we have gotten from that page, from the community
from
back
strangers.
in New York.
Even strangers, right? Yeah, all around the world.
Just everywhere has been. It just shows that it's some aspect. Her story is touching people's hearts.
Andy and Angel Gillis have a request for all of those followers on that Justice for Kaylin page. You will hear that coming up live at 5:30, and much more from our exclusive conversation with the parents of Kaylin Gillis. We will have all of their stories, the memories of her, what they went through throughout this whole trial. It's coming up next Thursday, June 13th, right here on News Channel 13.
We start with our exclusive interview with the parents of Kaylin Gillis.
They are expressing outrage, understandably, after the proposal by the A&E network to do a special report on the man convicted of killing their young daughter.
Sabrina Dami spoke with the Gillis family one-on-one. And Sabrina, this is the first time they're doing an on-camera interview since all of this happened.
Yeah, Rachel and Steve, the idea of this A&E network show, it saddens them, it angers them, it makes them question humanity. Kaylin Gillis was with a group of friends looking for a friend's house. They got lost. They turned in a driveway in Washington County. The man who owns that home fired a shotgun at the 2 SUVs as they turned around. One of the bullets hit and killed Kaylin. She was just 20 years old, from Schuylerville. Kevin Monahan was convicted of murder and is currently serving 26 years to life in prison. And now, first reported by News Channel 13's Mark Mulholland last week, A&E Network is considering doing a special show on Kevin Monahan for their series called Accused, Guilty, or Innocent. I traveled to Florida, where the Gillises now live, for this exclusive interview.
And it's hurtful to know that they would do that.
Especially that she doesn't have the option to. She can't speak for herself. She can't tell her side and how scared she probably was. And
to give him a platform to speak when he did such a heinous act, and he had no remorse for it.
Andy and Angel Gillis are encouraging anyone who wants to contact the A&E Network about this proposed show on Monahan to please do so. You will hear more from the Gillises live at 6, including the big reason why they feel this show should not happen. And that reason happened about 2 months ago, guys.
Interesting. Sabrina, thank you so much for that exclusive interview.